Hi all, I'm Grey Wolf Psychic Medium, and today I want to talk about the power of thought. Okay, so today I want to talk about when we think about things, how it makes us feel. Now, every thought carries some sort of emotion that we think about. So if you think about any sort of memory that you've once had, whether it be good or bad, you're going to feel the emotion or the memory that's connected to it, because every single memory we have is connected to an emotion. So if we're sitting here worrying about things in a life that's gone past, let's say, and this thing has been, quite a traumatic thing in our life, if we focus on that for too long, we're going to sit in that energy. Now, what I mean by that is, if you've just got like 10 seconds spare, just play with me for a minute. So let's just say we're sitting here now, and we're thinking about something in our lives in the past that was quite traumatic in our life, and we sit there and we think about it. All of a sudden, we can feel this energy in our chest. We feel this emotion in our chest that we don't like. Now, it's the same when we think about something else that we do like, something we're looking forward to, something we're excited about. So it's the same sort of thing. If we're thinking about something good or something that we've done that's got a good memory, we can connect it and we've got a good feeling in our hearts. Now, the reason we're talking about this today is because every thought that we have is connected to an emotion and connected to an memory. So if we're thinking about things going through our mind and things have been quite tough recently, if we're focusing all our energy on that thing that could go wrong or that thing that did go wrong, we're going to feel that emotion. We're going to feel every single ounce of that emotion that comes our way. And if we're constantly thinking about it, going over and over and over and over in our head, it's what I call we're sitting in the energy. So we're sitting in that negative energy of that particular memory that we've got, which is connected to a particular emotion that we've got that's connected with this memory. So if we're replaying that in our minds, we're going to go through that again and again and again, and we're going to feel that energy that comes with it. Because you got to remember, everything around us is connected to energy, and even our thoughts are energy in itself. So if we're overthinking things and we're going through things in a head, like, I've got this thing to sort out, I've got that thing to sort out, and then I've got this problem and I've got that problem, our head's going to go boom, 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 boom. It's going to be spinning. Now, another thing that we've also got to be conscious about as well is when we're thinking about certain people within our lives that are going through certain sort of problems as well. So just for instance, we've got a family member that's going through a bit of a tough time, and let's just say that family member's worrying about another family member. So if they imagine the picture in their head of that family member, they're going to feel every single ounce of that energy that hits them. So, I'm thinking now, and I'm thinking in my head, and I'm thinking about one of the members of my family. I know that one of the members of my family is going through quite a tough time right now, and if I sit there and I think about it for too long, I'm going to feel it here. I'm going to feel every single bit of it. Now, this is again where some of us, we don't realise this, but some of us, this is where it can cause anxiety and it can cause panic attacks as well. Because we're sitting in that and we're thinking about that memory or that person, and then that's bringing emotion forward. So whether it's our emotion or whether it's their emotion, that's what we need to work out. Now, if we didn't have this before we started thinking about them, it's quite probably it's their emotion. So this is where we're picking up on psychic energy, okay? So there's a difference between psychic energy and spiritual energy. Psychic energy is when we're thinking about somebody that's here, that's present, somebody around us that's within our energy or within our family or within our thoughts, okay? So that'd be a psychic energy. A spiritual energy is completely different, and spiritual energy is obviously somebody from spirit that comes forward and obviously wants to communicate with us. That's a completely different energy. So this is really a psychic energy that we're feeling. So we have to think about this, that when our thoughts go a little bit wild, why are they going wild? Well, the reason they're going wild is because we're thinking about an outcome that may or may not happen, or an event that's already happened that might have a negative sort of feel to it. So what we've got to remember is when we're thinking about these things, we've got to be thinking about more positive things, more positive outcomes, because if we're not thinking about the positive outcome, then the chances are we're going to be sitting in that negative energy. And again, like I say, the memory that we're thinking about, or the person that we're thinking about, has got an emotion attached to it. So then that's when we start to feel that emotion. That's when we start to get that funny feeling in our chest. And some of us, it might cause anxiety, it might cause panic. Okay, so one way to snap out of this is to replace a negative thought with a positive thought. So we've all got some memory of some sort that's a good memory, okay? So if we're going round and we're spinning round in our head and we don't want this event to happen, and we're thinking about these people, what we've got to think about is actually, if we change what we're thinking about, we can change the energy that we feel in here. If we think that people, are got a load of stress going on, or I've got a load of stress going on, I'm going to feel that stress. I'm going to feel every single thing, every single bit of it. So we've got to be a bit more in tune with our thoughts, because all of our thoughts are manifesting the energy. Now, every thought that we send out there is created by energy. So it's an energetic thought that we send out to the universe. It's always like a manifestation. So we're manifesting what we think might happen, okay? What we think might happen with this outcome. Or again, we could be thinking about a person that's going through quite a tough time and we're feeling the emotion. So what we've got to do with this, if we can recognize this, if we can recognize this energy and recognize the pattern that we're going through, then we can change it. So the first thing about it is recognizing, I've got that feeling again. Okay, so why have I got that feeling? Oh yeah, because I've been thinking about all these other things over there, or I've been thinking about this other person that's got all this tough stuff going on around them as well. So this is how we have to change it. First, we've got to recognize it. We can't change anything at all until we recognize it. Once we recognize it, then we can kind of go, okay, I realize this, I recognize this pattern. When I did this last time, it made me feel like this. And why was I feeling like this? Because I was thinking about this thing, and this thing, okay? So we've got to be more aware of our thoughts, and we've got to be more aware of what's going on around us. So if you can, take that into mind, okay, and just try and change your thoughts, and by changing your thoughts, it will change the way you feel. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video today. I'm Grey Wolf Psychic Medium. If you like it, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and leave comments below, and I'll be here to do some more videos for you again soon. Thanks for listening. I'm Grey Wolf.